Hello everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. It's nice to see all of you. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, I think I may have to... Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna have to do something real quick. There we go. That's better. Proper movement. But hello everyone. Hello Sarybot, always looking after me, always protecting the stream. Hello Sick of Mike, how are you? Hi Mike, how are you? You're always so fast. You're always so fast. It's like I start stream and you're there. You're almost as fast as Sari. I need to set up like a first thing. I know Haru before was telling you about something that you can do where you can have streamer bot pull a person's info, like profile info, and it's able to like keep track of stuff like that. So I think I need to do something like that. I should add something like that, a first command. For the person who does it first, obviously. Hello Membol, welcome in. Excuse me. Hi, it's nice to see you. Hello Gusto, how you doing? How am I? I'm doing pretty good. I was out for a bit of a walk today. I actually felt like the last day and two have been decently productive, you know? I feel like I'm having a good few days. Hang on, sorry, I have some yogurt. Oh. I had a yogurt, like a cup of yogurt earlier, and there's still a little bit of yogurt on the not the plastic top, but like the thing you peel off. But hello Lancelot, it's nice to see you as well. It's John Ruadh. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. My time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. Something franchise. Something. Yeah, word to your mother. We can clearly see you. Oh yeah? Well, what if I went over here? Now you can't see me. You're stuck. You're stuck looking at the fire. You can't look over here. Wait, hang on. I have this off kilter. There we go. Okay, I'm back. I don't want to give you guys... I know like Twitch viewers typically have... very low object permanence, and the moment a VTuber disappears from their site, it's like they no longer exist, or at the very least, they are now dead. So it's important that us VTubers stay in your guys' line of sight for as long as possible. It really is, John Ruadh. You're doing well. You're seeing some of your friends today after a really long time to play Magic the Gathering and drink a little. Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds like a fun time. I've never played Magic the Gathering. I think I watched... I watched like a video about it before, just to kind of learn how it works and stuff. I think I watched a few videos of like Magic the Gathering guys reacting to Hearthstone cards. No, Pip, you just come in here and poke me. I don't get a minute of peace. How dare you? But I mean, I enjoy Hearthstone, although I always go through phases of Hearthstone. I always go through phases of enjoying Hearthstone. Don't give me that happy. I actually use that emote all the time. I love it. I love any of the happy emotes. They're great emotes. I use them so much. But how's the Pippo? Duck fact. Severe weather can trigger a mass migration known as a grand passage. In 1995, a blizzard in the prairie pothole region spurred a migration of millions of ducks and geese that jammed radar systems and grounded flights in Nebraska and Missouri. Oh my god, that's insane. I'm guessing they flew from Nebraska to Missouri. I'm guessing that's what happened, because isn't Missouri in like the deep south? I assume that they were flying, yeah, because that would make sense that there'd be a blizzard there. That is a really interesting duck fact. I've seen it before. I haven't seen that obviously, but like, do you guys ever see those like? Excuse me. those massive packs of like blackbirds and stuff, and they're just like flying and doing stuff. I know there's like even bigger ones where there's literally millions of them, and they make like a cloud in the sky effectively of them flying around and dive bombing into each other and then opening back up. They're crazy looking. I don't remember what they're called, but like it must just be absolute pandemonium. Well, no, it probably like in there it's probably yeah, in those ones it's probably a little bit crazy because everyone's like think they're like flying in and then flying close to each other. But you know, migration is just like, you know, okay, there's loads of us in the sky. As long as I stay in the same place, it's fine. As long as I just kind of like go with the crowd, it's fine. I won't like crash into someone. But you know that like at least once or twice during those migrations, some dumb duck crashes into another dumb duck, and they cause a cascade of ducks like struggling to get out of the way of this like avalanche of falling ducks. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, but we played no, not yesterday, sorry, 2 days ago. I was playing some Mr. President. A second duck has hit the migration pack. What a foul end to those ducks, says the president. No, he goes back to reading a children's book. I remember that Family Guy. You see, that Family Guy cutaway. That's actually a really funny cutaway. I think like I know Family Guy often gets like a lot of shit for, and at times yeah, their stuff isn't very funny or it's very low bottom of the barrel. But I remember watching some of the older seasons a while back. It was just like random clips from the older seasons, and like there was some absolute gold in there. There was some absolute gold. It was still one of my favorite scenes of all time from Family Guy is the mystery box scene. That guy was always great. That like shady as fuck lawyer salesman guy. I think he was a salesman, yeah. You could have the boat, or you could get the mystery box. We'll take the boat, or we'll take the box. Lois, a boat is a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. I feel like earlier Family Guy. I feel like earlier Family Guy was a lot more built around the dialogue between the characters, and that's still present in times. I've never watched Modern Family Guy. I do not watch that much. I see random clips from it here and there, but you know, I do not watch it. But it really felt like in the early seasons they were a lot tighter on the dialogue, and they would have a lot of jokes. It was Simpsons-esque, obviously nowhere near the same quality, but Simpsons-esque in the sense that they could shove in a load of jokes into one, and then they'd have the cutaway gags as something here and there. They still like they always lean into the cutaway stuff, but I always thought that like the simple dialogue between the characters was always at its best. That was when Family Guy was at its strongest, when it was like dialogue, and you still see that at times, even in like newer Family Guy. You see moments like Family Guy has this weird ability of being able to seem like a very I don't want to say realistic, but like the dialogue feels very natural. Sometimes it really does feel like all the characters are just kind of talking to each other, like they're real characters. Obviously they're not real because they're caricatures of themselves at this point. Or they've gone so far from the original envision. But what was I going to say? Like I think a good example is like everyone knows it, the Godfather scene. The Godfather scene in the when they're getting their house robbed and Peter's like, I did not care for the Godfather. I did not care for it. It insists upon itself, Lois. It insists upon itself, and you have all the characters talking over each other and like shouting points, and then as they're shouting, one person like they all kind of stop and listen to one person, and then they get back to talking over each other, and like they again like someone gets through. It's weirdly natural. It's weirdly like a real conversation that you'd have between your friends. You know, like someone makes a fucking insane point or a terrible take, and you're all just like, "What are you talking?" You're all like jumping in on them, trying to get a word in. It has that weird ability at times, that you don't really see in other shows. Some shows lean into that a lot, but it always feels, it never feels real, if that makes sense. Like they go for the very, oh, it's just conversations between, like Bob's Burgers, I think does it a lot with Bob himself. Bob is a very, restrained character. They kind of just talk. Then you have all the crazy kids doing stuff, but I think Family Guy has that weird one. That scene has been stuck in your head for so long. The Godfather one. It's a really funny scene. It's genuinely really funny. Just it's really good. It's really good. It's a very funny scene. Like that's the thing. Family Guy can often have very funny scenes, but the general quality of the episodes are not that great. They're often very just kind of like, whatever, just throw stuff at a wall and see what sticks. Like, you have the South Park making fun of them of that it's manatees just grabbing random balls. It's basically a random word generator, and they just do that. And sometimes it does feel like that. American Dad is where it's at, though. American Dad has some of the consistently good episodes and really good comedy. Especially with Roger. Roger is like one of the funniest characters that has come about. Even Stan is great. Stan is always really funny. They have like, I guess flanderized characters a little bit as they go, but that's expected. But the Family Guy also has some really good moments. Cleveland Show never got off the ground, did it? It had a couple of seasons, but it just, I don't know, there was a bear for some reason. Just never got the hold. Roger is cursed. It's great. It's really great. They can use Roger for anything. Some of my favorite stuff is I know it's the costumes. It's all the personas. I love when I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of some of the ones that are just great. Hello, Haru. No, Haru, don't poke me. Ang. Arr. Ang. Why did I go arr like I'm a pirate? Ang. How dare you? I need to get a biting face so I can bite the fingers. But I think it's the one where it's like, I think they have a horse, or I think they're like, no biting me, you mateys. No biting me, you mateys. The first one to bite me has to swab the poop deck. But it's the one where it's like, Roger tells Haley, I think, about the horse whisperer, or it might be Francine, whichever one. And they're like, I'm gonna get down there, and you're gonna be the horse whisperer, aren't you? And Roger's like, I'm not everyone in the town. And then they get down, and it's like, I'm the horse. It's really fun. It's like, it does not do it justice. They play around with Roger so well. But hi, Haru, how are you? How's your day going? How you doing? You know who was doing ASMR earlier? You know who was doing ASMR earlier? D was like 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago. My friend Demon was doing ASMR. It was very nice. D was doing ASMR. It was really nice. She has a very soft voice, and she was just kind of like drawing on her tablet, and it had a very nice sound. You missed it, no? Oh, I'm sorry, Haru. I'm sorry. I'll let you know the next time I see her doing ASMR. She was going crazy too, by the way. She was going crazy. She like had over 100 viewers. She's so strong, and she showed off a little bit. Her like debut model that's coming up. She has like a whole new model. It looked so cool. But she was like working on her debut stuff. So she showed it off a little bit. So I got a sneak peek. You're dying, but you have a long weekend. Ooh, nice one, nice. I think we had our long weekend this Monday basically. Last Monday. This character is the most strict teacher in all of this character is the most strict teacher in all of clowndom. Oh, it's gonna be Roger, isn't it? I love that they've developed that joke over time as well. They've developed the ability to, like, the characters realize, oh, Roger's everyone. Roger's all of these kooky characters. And they can, it must be so versatile for them. It must be so useful that they have a character that if they need this, like, yeah, they can come up with Olios, what's his name again? Oliver Stantos, whoever Stan's bully was, but they just have this character that they can throw into any role, and it fits really well. Yeah, I'm licking some of the yogurt. It's banana offie. It's really good, actually. Goddamn. I never see this one. This one like disappeared off the shelves for a while. It probably like gives you some disease, but you know what? It's worth it. Also has 18 grams of protein per pot, which is pretty good. I wasn't in the gym today, but I was in the gym yesterday. You know my friend Regulus? Haru, I know you know Regulus. He started going to the gym. He's like started going to the gym. He has like I don't know if they're a personal trainer, but it might just be like someone there who's like showing him stuff. And I'm gonna like message him later. I was like, well, he was doing shoulders today, and I am a big fan of shoulders. I love shoulder days, although with my neck and shoulder, it can sometimes hurt. No, Haru, that's mean. How dare you? I did chest yesterday. Drop down and give us 20. Okay, well at least you're being nice. At least you're being nice about it. It was a parody of Whiplash, but for clown school, which is ridiculous, and you love it. Yeah. I've never seen Whiplash. I've seen scenes of it, but it's really good. And like what I love about it is that they can have Roger be this big, massive film history buff or like character buff. He loves characters, so of course, if he's going to be a teacher, he's going to portray being a parody of an insane teacher. Like not only is it a parody of Whiplash, but within the show, like meta parody, Roger knows what he's doing in a sense. If you get what I mean. But okay, my chest and triceps already hurt. They're already a bit sore, so this is gonna suck, Haru. But okay. Oh, I can already feel it. Goddamn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh. Ow, that hurts. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy, Haru. I hope you're a happy Haru. Oh no. Uh-oh. How do I stop this? Thank you for the hydrate. Do I even have water in my water bottle? I don't know if I do. I'll check. You're happy now? I'm sure you are. It's okay. It can give you arm muscles or whatever. You don't know muscles. It mainly works the pectorals, the man breasts, but it does also work the triceps, which your triceps are the muscles in the back of the arm, which are really important, by the way. I know a lot of people love the big biceps, but it's the triceps that give the arm its size. The triceps are I think the triceps are like 3 times bigger than the biceps. People love the peak of the bicep, but the triceps is what gives your arm its size. Now, excuse me while I go get some water. Sorry, I'm back. You love arm muscles in general. Yum, triceps, biceps, blah blah blah. What about forearms though? You can't miss forearms. Forearms are like so good. It can also depend on which which areas get targeted. Chest and triceps are like the best day at the gym. I do quite enjoy chest day. Although the issue is chest day seems to be the thing that really irritates my shoulder and neck. I think it might have something to do with my collarbone, maybe, or like maybe the muscles around the collarbone, that they get kind of tight just from that prior injury. Signs of getting old. No, it's a sign of me fucking up my neck one day in the gym, which was not nice. But I do enjoy, like, one of my favorite exercises is weighted dips. I love dips. They just feel you just feel strong doing them. Dips, for those of you who don't know, so dips are, you have dipping bars, so they're just horizontal bars. You grab a hold of them and you lift yourself up, and you might do like hollow body dips. It doesn't really matter. All you do is you have your arms up, and then you bend them. You bend your arms until your body's until they're about horizontal with the floor, and then you push up. So you're lifting your body, but kind of like in a vertical plane. Do you like leg day too? I do enjoy leg day. It's actually just been really hard to properly do it. Like, I find it really hard to do squats now, which really sucks. I can still do machine stuff, which does help keep my legs decently big, but the bar across the neck really irritates it. Like, it can irritate it for like 2 or 3 days. You need squats for the dumpy. Don't worry, I throw in some hip thrusts too. But I will admit, with the way my neck had been, it has like ruined some of my motivation to go to the gym. It's just like, it's hard to explain, but when you know after a session that like you're going to be in pain, and not like, oh, my body's sore, but like actual physical pain and discomfort, it really puts you off going to the gym. It really puts you off going to the gym. Unfortunately, it sucks. Hello, Scott, strongest warrior. Hello, G Scott. Wait, no, G Shaw. It's G Shaw. I always call him G Scott because I don't know, I have to pronounce the CH in a way, and I think of it as like a Irish CH, so I go Scott. You need a good massage. I do need a good massage, actually. I do need a good massage. And I actually know a place that does massage. I went there once. I should go in there again and have them just beat the shit out of my shoulder until it's better. Works, you guess? No, I'll say it right. I always get on to people about my name, so I should at least pronounce other people's names right. How you doing, though, G-Shaw? How you doing? For those of you who don't know, G-Shaw plays Aaron Saul in our D&D campaign over on Regulus's channel. Like, you've thrown up on leg day a few times. I've done that before as well. I've thrown up after gym sessions. I remember often whenever I get back into like a sport, like if I'm playing rugby or soccer or something, especially if I haven't like done fast-paced running in a while, I will often push myself beyond what I should, and I will throw up. But like, that only happens for like a couple of weeks, and then it's fine. Unless you are doing like a full body workout. Well, what I mean by full body is like a leg day, for instance. Doing squats is your whole body. It is your legs. It is your posterior chain, I think, or no, anterior chain. It is your full body is doing that work. It's a full body exercise to do it properly. Sure, you're not using your chest, but like your whole body is being affected. You're doing well, but it would only be fair if you got to call me Ruadh, I think is how you're saying that. Thank you for the head pat, by the way. It's very kind of you. But I do quite enjoy leg days. The one thing that I'm happy about is I'm able to full rack the leg extension machine, which at least I can feel strong that way. Full racking it. Maybe I should start doing the leg press machine more. The leg press machine actually could be a solution to my issue. If I really work hard at it, it might be able to replace a little bit of squats, just as something else to do. Because I guess I've mainly been hitting like targeted. I did do squats a little while back. It caused me a bit of discomfort, but like what I could just do is I could just stick to lower weights. If I just stick to like 80 kg and just do high repetitions at that would probably be okay. That would probably be okay. Rather than trying to needlessly push myself up in weight and just causing another injury or something. Is much easier, can confirm. Yeah, I see that sometimes. I see like people like lifting loads of weight with the leg press machine and they don't look like they have that big of legs, or they don't look like they're that strong. And I'm like, it does make sense though, because you're effectively taking out the fact that you don't have to squat your own body. Because you're still squatting your own body weight. There's a reason why like squatting down and standing up and doing that like 30 or 40 times can like tire you out. It's because you're squatting your body. Now you're probably not squatting exactly your body weight, but you're squatting the majority of it. You know, you're squatting the majority of it. So if you do that, suddenly you have all that extra weight to throw on as a, you know, for myself instance. No, I won't give you guys that information, but you know, if you weighed, I don't know, I think 100 kg is like 225. So say you're a big guy, you weigh 225, you weigh 100 kg, you're already pretty goddamn strong. You get in the leg press machine, well suddenly you can throw on like maybe an extra 180 kg before you start feeling that, well not 180 kg, 180 pounds, or like, you know, 80 kg before you start feeling like, oh, that's similar. That's similar to the weight I squat. You think it could be good for your neck if you swap, if the bar is really bad? Yeah, you know what, that's actually, that or like maybe I go to front squats. I did that for a while actually. I did do that for a while and that was kind of decent. It was just a little bit awkward trying to do it, but I think it's just been a mix of, I was really busy for a couple of months with life that like I just kind of had to put the gym on the back, and then my neck was flaring up at times. But I think with the fact that I'm off now, I'm able to get to it a little bit more consistently. So I can at least get back to that stuff. Thankfully, I still do a lot of like walking and running, which I think is, well, not a lot of running, but a good lot of walking and the odd jog here and there. So I think it's at least keeping my legs like, they're like, okay, we don't want to lose the muscles, so we'll keep it a little bit. Because I do have decently big legs. Ugh. Leg extensions is what kills your ability to walk the next day. Oh yeah, no, 100%. I have gotten off the leg extension machine and like fallen onto the leg curl machine and then crawled onto it to do leg curls. It fucks you up, and then you're like holding on to the handlebar, or not the handlebar, the banister for dear life when you're going down the stairs. I always find it's 2 days later is when it really starts to get me. 2 days later is when like I stand up out of my chair and I'm like, oh, my legs help me. I'm like an old man. Usually I just have to go for like a walk to like loosen up, and like for the first like 1,000 steps it's like, oh, this sucks. And then it sucks a little bit less after that. I'm glad that's not just you. Oh yeah. And that's the thing, is I drink a lot of water too. Oh wait, hang on, I don't think I ever actually supped from the water. I will now sip from the water. But yeah, I would say shoulders is probably my favorite exercise. Well, not favorite exercise, but my favorite body part to work out. I think that there's just something primal for me, very primal for me, in grabbing something and lifting it above my head in a straight line, and I'm very like, Ruadh strong, Ruadh lift thing above head, Ruadh man. And I get very happy. I get the happy chemicals in my brain. And then I like destroy my arms with side lateral raises, or like cable side laterals, and then rear delt laterals, Ruah man. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say when I do lifting things. I go ooga ooga, booga booga, and then slowly my intelligence comes back. You want to work on shoulders and arms more? I think with shoulders, you don't need to do a whole lot of exercises. You just need to do volume. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Obviously, if you're looking for strength, you're going to go for I would say middle range. I used to do 5 reps at working weight from my shoulders, and then I was like, but then I'd still try and incorporate. So pick a pressing exercise, pick a side lateral exercise, pick a rear delt exercise, and then shrugs and face pulls. That's basically your whole shoulder routine. That's all you need. You don't need front raises. You don't need front raises with dumbbells. You're already working your shoulders enough, and if you're doing bench press, you're definitely working your shoulders enough on another day. So you can pick military press, strict press. You can do, dumbbells. Dumbbells are actually something that I didn't do much of with. I've moved over to dumbbells with bench press, and I've been really enjoying it. I did dumbbells the odd time here and there with shoulder work, but I mainly stuck to just the barbell. So I might give that a try sometime. But no. Oh, big shoulders. Shoulders, when you get wider shoulders from working out, that's what gives your body that like upside down triangle shape. It's like shoulders are like absolutely something you want to work on. Also, by the way, speaking of bodies, I will say there may be some art coming soon, and by that I mean, if I remember, possibly by the end of the stream. Well, at least after the stream, there may be something to be posted. And I think you guys might like it. You might like it. It's very tasteful. It's very tasteful, is what it is. Very tasteful. That's the best way. No, you can't just say that, Mike. You can't just say that. You have to like put it in cloaked terms. You have to be tasteful. And no, it's not that way. It's, you guys will see what I mean by tasteful. You'll see what I mean by tasteful, okay? It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Yes, there is a little bit of, as you put it, twang, but not in that way. Not in that way. But I think you guys will like it. I think you guys will like it. Let's just say, okay, how about this? How about this? You know my Lena? It's see-through in the art. No, no. No, Pip, don't do that. No, bad. Blip. Wait, ooga booga. Wet roo. You may have caught on, Mike. You didn't even pay attention. I see. Sorry, had to thank someone for a gift sub. Hell one. Ooh, excuse me? No, I did. I saw Q do a test. Actually, hang on. I got alpha loner on that test, which, okay, fuck you test. That's mean. But I also realized that my friend Q, my friend Q got like dominant alpha on that, or whatever he got, and that, no. You got protective beta in the test, thank God. I think you were close. You were close. But no, I'm just a shut-in alpha. I don't go out. Clearly. You're in the sidelines watching that happen. What test is this? My friend Q, who is a big Fudanshi, and I think he might like the Omegaverse stuff. He did a test, an Omegaverse test, and I decided to do it too. I didn't share it, but I got Loner Alpha or Alpha Loner, whichever one. ABO, you're below. Oh, Alpha Beta. Okay. I don't know. Like some insane. Whoever came up with that. God damn! What the fuck? What were they smoking? What were they smoking? I saw another thing and I considered doing it. It was like, it had like a bunch of like things that you do and you get money if you did it. You didn't get money, but like it was like, you know, oh, add up your score. But I wasn't gonna do that. I wouldn't reveal that. Whenever some guy says they're an alpha male, your mind goes straight to ABO. Does it immediately classify them in Omega? Because they're like, I'm alpha, baby. I'm just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Anywhere he goes. It doesn't work the other way. If you say you're an Omega, then too bad. You don't get to be an alpha then. But I know nothing about the series other than, or like I understand the basic premise. But the only thing that I think about is that it's just a reason for fanfic writers to be able to pair two characters together and be like, oh no, it's in the universe, it makes sense. Yeah, that's what it is. You know what? Fair play to the Mpreg enjoyers for coming up with that one. Don't know if allowed, but have you guys seen the wild breakup happening right now? Oh no, yeah, it's the big breakup. It's the big breakup. It's over. The fanfic writers are gonna go crazy. The lovers to enemies to lovers. Will we see it happen in real life? Will we see them come back together? Will they smooch on camera and make up? I don't know. Break up in Pride month? Yeah. It's Pride month, so they can't be friends anymore. Otherwise, it would be gay. Who said something? Regulus said something. He said it's not gay if you have your socks on. I have never heard that one before. He said that like a few streams ago, and I was so confused. I have never heard that in my life. You've been shipping Biden and Mr. D, so maybe you have a chance for hope. The OG ship. I think I saw something before where it was like that. It was like Biden like dies in the video, and he's like, it's like Trump is really sad and depressed, and it's like showing all the times they were together, like laughing. T.S. Messi, Ruadh, the breakup, the tweets, check your stocks. Oh no, don't make me check my stocks. They were actually doing pretty good. For some reason. I don't understand the stock market at some time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's definitely not good. Then I check his portfolio. Oh no. Hang on, let me grab my... I may not know where my phone is. Give me a moment. Nope, I'm in the green today. I'm like €150 up. I am now positive €94. I'm once again a professional trader. I am once again a professional trader, by the way. Now, if Trump actually goes ahead and pulls funding from Nvidia, now then the S&P 500 may crash, may significantly fall. Or say not from Nvidia, SpaceX. Wait, are they even on the S&P 500? I can't remember. They may be as like part of technology or something. But that could mean something. As long as Nvidia, like that's the thing. As long as Nvidia is fine, I think the S&P is like usually pretty strong. If Nvidia crashes, it's like over. It's over. But you know what? From the fact that I was like 3,000, the fact that I was like €3,000 down at some point, and now I'm positive. I feel pretty good. I just wish that I had been like, oh man, unfortunately I just forgot about stuff. I just wish I got distracted before I bought the first time. And then I could have bought at the absolute bottom and made a killing. Instead I got memed on. But it's okay. Your country ain't even got hit by tariffs yet, but coffee has gotten up $1. I often think like, you know, when you hear things like, oh, they're going to introduce laws that they're gonna like go after them for, or they're gonna like take away certain things that's gonna reduce gas by like, you know, 50 cent or like €1. And then it's like they just raise their prices by like 50 cent, and then they reduce, and it's like, oh well, we dropped it by 50 cent. It's so Jover. You paid like $28 for shipping. Oh, Haru, that sounds painful. That sounds really painful. Thankfully, most of the things I need to buy is in Europe, so... Well, not most of the things I need to buy. I'm not like buying food from Europe. I only buy the most freshest of produce from the freshest field of France, the fine vineyards. I buy the bread fresh out of the oven from Italy, and I have it delivered directly to my plane, to my private jet in Milan, and then delivered over to me on a platter. They also make sure to pick up from some figs while they're over there from Greece, directly to my Concorde. Yes, directly to my directly to my Concordia. No wait, Concordia? Yeah, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Are you buying clothes from Europe too? Not really. I guess the odd time I might order stuff, but like usually they'll have like an Irish branch, so it's not too bad. But I like the things that I mostly spend my money on are like usually video games or like protein bars. I'm pretty good. Protein bars have gotten so expensive though. Sometimes I like, not even joking, sometimes I see specials on where it's like buy 2 bars for like, you know, like 40% off. Like, you know, buy 2 for this really reduced price. And I buy like 10 bars. I go crazy. I walk out of that shit with their whole supply. They're selling that for cheap. Yeah, sure. I'll buy it. Go right ahead. You would buy that, not even eat it, just buy. No, don't do that. You're gonna drive up inflation. You're gonna drive up demand. Then I won't be able to buy more. I remember I had a friend before who he could sniff out a deal anywhere. He could, if there was money to be made, he could sniff it out. He would. I remember, like, you know, there was a shop we used to go to, in Fianna School. After our sword lessons and our hunting lessons, we'd go off down there and get like rolls and stuff. Sounds like he got code honey in the description below. No, do not use honey. It is not good. Please don't do that. Please don't use honey. It is not good. Honey is a scam, dude. Those YouTubers must have lost so much money. They probably didn't lose tons of money, but like Honey absolutely like just fleeced them. Think of the bees. Yeah, think of the bees. Think of the little buzzy bee. Dude, a massive bee flew into my room like 2 days ago. He was huge. He was so fucking loud. I was sitting at my desk and all I heard, like, it started off as a bzzz, and I kind of looked out, and then he got in the window, and it was just like bzzz. I was like, okay, buddy, relax. Thankfully, he was a big fat bumblebee. He wanted you to use honey. Maybe he did, yeah. Thankfully, he was a big fat bumblebee, like honeybee, so he didn't want to hurt me. He was like immediately trying to fly out, but he didn't understand how glass worked. Sometimes I wish I could explain that. Like, sometimes I wish I could just beam directly into a fly's head. That is glass. Here's the concept of glass. Go this way. Because I think they would do it immediately. Most of the time, they just want to get out. Like, it comes into the room, it sees me standing there looking at it. Unless it's a wasp and it, like, intentionally wants to stab me. In which case, it gets sprayed with deodorant until it can't move, and then it gets thrown out. Or it gets smacked with a boot. And instantly dies. Like, I feel like at some point they kind of learn, like, the smart ones don't come in here. You that taught too, Ruadh? You're terrified of wasps. A family member of mine once got stung in her eyeball. No, I think she got stung in her eye, but, like, it was basically her eyeball. Like, it was so close to it. I'd actually have to double check. Bro wanted that bug to smell good. No, you know what it is? Is that sometimes bugs, like, they're in really awkward to reach places. And you have to move a bunch of stuff, and they're just going to fly away from there if you're moving stuff. So if you just grab some, like, high pressurized thing, you can just spray them. And, like, if you spray them for, like, 2 or 3 seconds, whatever that, like, white stuff is in deodorant, it just starts building up, and it just insta-kills them. Like, you basically coat them in, like, ice. Or at least, like, frozen water, which is ice. I don't know what that is. Whatever the thing is that, like... Do you guys... I will say, yeah, the room does then smell very nice after that. Do you guys ever... there is, like, a deodorant cream that I've used before that I really need to order more of, but is literally incredible. Like, you barely even sweat after using it. It is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. And it's not, like, really strong either. It's called Lancaster cream? It's like deodorant cream. But you know when you're using a spray can of deodorant and you, like, miss your armpit, like, if you're spraying under your top, you know, if you have a top on, sometimes the top might fold in and you spray that rather than your underarm. And then you move that and you spray your underarm, and then you leave your top fall, and then, like, this freezing cold patch touches your skin, and you're just like, get it off me, get it off me. It's so cold. It's just like ice. It's like when you would get, like, stuff burnt off at the doctor's. You only use the good oil deodorant rolls. Deodorant rolls are pretty good, yeah. Yeah. You know what? You know what I need to do? I need to, like, trim. I need to have a trim. I need to have a shave and I need to have a trim. Just to... It's getting a little bit long. It's not too out of control. It just needs a tidy up under my arms. It's good because you can wash better and it doesn't trap. Braid it first? No. Is it long enough to braid? You could get a strand or two in there. My thermos should be coming soon. Hell yeah. I have a big old bottle of water. It's called a Boozio. Has a lion on its front. Kind of looks like a fish lion. It's, for some reason, they have the mane, but then at the top of the mane they have like a lizard thing. Maybe it's like a lizard. Maybe it's a lizard lion. I've been playing a lot of Morrowind actually recently. Morrowind is one of the Elder Scrolls games. like Skyrim and Oblivion. You guys have probably heard about Oblivion recently, getting the remaster. I've been really enjoying Oblivion, I have to say. It's quite slow. It is quite slow. I would need to have such good like chatting ability to be able to play that game on stream at the start, because you move so slowly. You move so slowly. But I've definitely been enjoying it. Morrowind the goat. I can see why people enjoy it. I did get a bunch of mods, but not too much. You just read an email. There was a bear loose while you were out? Huh? Haru? What do you mean there was a bear loose? Haru. I'm glad you didn't become a fluffy friend's food. Someone saw a bear and reported it. Well, I mean, it is Pride Month. They're gonna be around. I'm glad you didn't become a fluffy friend's food, though. Just pick the steed as your star. No, I picked the lady. I picked the lady because it gave me endurance. No, wait. Was it agility? I think it gave me agility. Give me a load of agility. Not the face you made too. My You're just waiting for it to, waiting for you guys to see the joke. That's what I need to do. I need to talk to Mama about getting some new expressions or hairstyle, because I know she was busy and stuff, but I should definitely talk to her, because I imagine over the summer she might be a little bit less busy. I've had a few productive days, I mentioned, so I'm kind of happy. And I kind of realized that there's not too much involved in some of the things I need to study. Some of them are fairly standard and quite short, and they're like 2 halves of the exam. They're a half of the exam. 2 halves, Rua? 2 halves. 2 halves is 1. Is 100%. You fucking idiot. You saw a deer on the way home. It was so fat. What grass is it eating? Oh no. Oh no, it's eating that what's those chemicals that like Americans use that they put in their food to make it really big? Oh, I think growth hormone. He's eating the growth hormone. Stop cursing, Rua. No, I will not stop cursing. You guys don't know. Some of you guys don't know that, like, I would curse a lot. If there was another Irish person, I was chatting to them, I'd probably fall into my typical accent, and it would be over. You guys would be listening to real Irish Rua. I assume that at some points during streams, like especially when I start like going a little bit cuckoo because of you guys, that the accent comes through more. I don't know if that happens. Like if I get more excited and stuff, I assume that happens. You feel that with your Aussie friends? Yeah. Yeah. Do you mean, Gusto, that like if you're talking with your Aussie friends, your Aussie accent comes out more? I'd love to hear D talk to someone I'd love to hear D talk to an Australian. Well, I suppose I could do it. I could talk to D, and I could get her talking like a proper Australian. Yeah, and swears. Oh, I imagine you guys use them just if not more liberally than us, and probably some very creative ones too. Cancel Ua? No, I've been cancelled like 4 or 5 times already. Stop. My voice gets a little higher too. What did Rua do this time? I cursed. I said a bad word. I said a no word. Not the no word. I didn't say that. I said a normal curse word. I said a normal curse word before anyone thinks anything. The shame. How dare I say the word heck. Tar and feather me. Oh no. I'd look like a chicken. How dare you? How dare I? How dare I? How dare I? Mm, 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 mm. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, I actually want to read today. I do. I do want to read tonight, by the way. So we will be doing that. I'm just a little bit tired after my walk. I'm not tired, like tired, sleepy. Just a little bit tired. By the way, did you guys see my friend Diamandis' stream? He did like a 7-8 hour. It was. You were supposed to read. Yeah, I'm gonna read later. I'm gonna read in a little bit. This is a reading stream. It says Rua's reading. I think it does. Yeah, it says Rua's reading right down there. But D was not D. Daya was doing a stream where he was listening to all of Marina's albums and basically reviewing them and ranking his ranking how he thought the albums went and like talking about the songs and stuff. And he loves Marina, by the way. That's where Daya got his name, because she has I think her album is called her first one is called the Family Jewels, or maybe that's the name of one of her songs. And that's where he got his fan name and where he got the concept of Daya from, Daya Diamandis. So I think it's really cool. It's why whenever he Oh no, it definitely is a song, because one of her songs goes, and it's what he uses whenever someone follows. He goes, "Welcome to the family jewels." It's very cool. But I don't think he got through all of it because he had so much to talk about. So I think he's going to do another stream where he finishes off the story, and then I assume he's going to react to the album. I don't think he actually reacted to the new album. I know I know a little bit more about Marina now because of Daya, but I do not know much about like pop famous artists. But yeah, just if you guys are looking for something to watch at some point, I don't know when he's gonna do his second one, but Daya is always a fun watch. Oh, that disappoints me. I have my cup of yogurt, and I was going to put it into my like teacup to just hold it, just as a holder while I wait. And it's just too big. It's just too big for the cup. I'm very sad now. That's like almost perfect. That is so sad. Okay. You know what else is too big? Brewa's eyes go drown before you read, broski. Okay, broski. I'll talk. I'll drink. Don't choke, Ruadh. Don't choke in the water. Hello, Ice Boy. Wow. Hi, Ice Boy. Hi, how are you guys? Hi. Ice Boy Raid, you're pretty cool. Ice Boy Raid, you're pretty cool. Hello, everyone. Hi, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much for the raid, Ice Boy. Before I forget, because sometimes I do forget, and then when I remember, I feel so stupid. Discord, get off of my screen. I hate this new update Discord did. No, that's Ice Boy. Ice Boy WAP. There we go. But hello, everyone. Hello, Get Down Prez. Hello, Pip. You're over at Ice Boy's raid. Hello, Plent of May. Hello, Ice Boy. Hello, Mochi. Mochi Kiyomi. How are you guys? Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Sunshine. You're not part of the raid, but you happen to join at the same time. It's nice to see you. How are you guys doing? What you guys up to? You were at Ace for a while. Ice is very nice. He does some very nice ASMR. It's very cozy. Very nice. Jonathan Iced Boy. Yes, John Ice. John Ice is here. You gotta do kisses like him, Ruadh? No, I don't. I gave you guys 3 last stream. I gave you guys one, then I gave you two at the very end. As no, don't boo me, don't boo me. Do you see what they're trying to do, Ice Boy? They're trying to compare me to you. They're trying to make me do BFE. They're being mean to me. Can you give me a kiss for my B-Day? Fuck. Is it his birthday? Is it Ice Boy's birthday? And it was his birthday. I guess it's close enough. It's birth week. Ah, fuck. I didn't get a present. I didn't get a card. I didn't put like $20 into a card to give him. Oh, it's over. You can get one kiss. Okay, all you Fujoshis, eat your heart out. Eat your heart out. You can get this. So, fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Don't you react like that, Pip. Don't you react like this. Okay. Gonna clip this after. I hate you guys so much. Ice Boy. Come here. There you go. Get away from me. I like push Ice Boy away from me. I push him onto his ice and he slides away. Pucker up, Irish Boy. No. Don't embrace it. He's fine. Fangirling? I sure you are. Oh no, wait, no. Hang on, both of you. Oh no. They both have the ability of drawing. That's scary. Uh-oh. But I guess thank you Ice Boy again for the raid. You're killing people. Uh-oh. I suppose I should introduce myself. I know the raiders just joined. I know the raiders joined and then they watched me kiss their like BFE streamer. So I'm sure you guys are going to be very, very cool about that, and I'm not going to get like stabbed in the street. Hello everyone, my name is Ruadh Uaquilta. I'm a half human, half ASMR, half Tua Hade. I often do ASMR, reading streams. In particular, this stream, for example, is going to be a reading stream. We were actually just about to start the reading before we got raided. I also do the odd gaming stream and stuff. I do normal ASMR streams from time to time. You know, whispering, tapping, scratching, blowing, ear blowing and stuff. So yeah. But it's a pleasure to have you guys, and I hope you guys can relax and get comfy for the reading. No, I very rarely. I have done a total of like 3 kisses. Half ASMR, no wonder he's good at it. Hello, Mochi. Thank you for the follow. That's so kind of you. Mochi is really tasty. I've had mochi mango ice cream. It was really tasty. He does not blow. I do ear blowing. I do the whoos. I do the wha. Shush. 4. Oh yeah, I guess it's 4 now that I gave Ice Boy a smooch. But he does not do the. No, I don't do cocaine, Haru. I don't do cocaine. I've not done that drug. I'm a good boy. You want to try mango mochi now? It's really tasty. It was I actually got it at a cinema. It was a cinema in London. It was cinema in London, and now you're waiting for the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10 would kill Pip. Her heart would burst. But it was like a really classy looking cinema. They had like a beer hall, and not a beer hall, but they had a bar and everything. But just there was a freezer that you get ice cream, and they had mango mochi in it. It was really cool. Very tasty, very tasty. I need to find it though. I need to look up where I can get some. You like ice cream mochis and the one with big fat strawberry inside? Ooh, that does sound good. I need to like look to see where I can find mochi stuff. Sure, I can find it. Uh, but I think I will get back on track to do our reading stream, which is the actual beginning of the ASMR section of this. I do apologize if you raided in here hoping for, soft talking. That's not this type of ASMR stream right now. Maybe another ASMR stream I will. Like most Asian stores, you think, yeah, I just need to find the Asian store. You're making me want to go to London. Did they have other mochis in the cinema? I I didn't try one. I think that's the one they had there. It was a really cool cinema. It was very like old school. It felt very grand, if I may put it that way. It felt like a very grand cinema, very fancy. I don't even remember what I watched there. Oh no, wait, I think I do. I think we saw the new, the Planet of the Apes films. Sometimes he wheezes and die laughing in the middle too. So yeah, sometimes I do. At the Victoria and Albert. Was that the cinema? Was that the cinema? Is that what it was called? Victoria and Albert Cinema Theater? I don't think so. Oh no! Wait, sorry. I was stupid for a second. You're talking about the actual Victoria and Albert Theater, not you. I thought for a second you were like, oh, there's this cinema called this. I'm dumb. Was the new Planet of the Apes movie good? I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was kind of silly. I liked the orangutan. I liked the big orangutan. He looked cool. I love that orangutan means like man of the forest. It's just so cool. But you guys, you don't want to be eating too many oranges. Where do you think they come from? Yeah, you can contribute to orangutan erasure. Now I can't say orangutan normally. I have to now call it orangutan. Orange gutan. But yeah, they're really cool animals. But yeah, sometimes I do like lose it. I just laugh really hard and I sound like a kettle. But that's not one of those streams. One of these streams is the reading stream, which we're going to get into now. When last we left off, for those of you who don't know, we are reading the Irish Myths and Legends, Gods and Fighting Men by Lady Augusta Gregory, which is very old, not very old, but obviously the stories are very old. We were reading the Cotfin Treig, or Trieg, or the Battle of the White Strand, where the Fianna are battling the King of the World and his many sub-kings in Greece, and the dog heads and cat heads in along the coast. They're fighting the world, basically. The Fianna are fighting against the world, and they were having a good go at it, but I think when last we left off, actually, many of the Fianna were killed in a battle against the Doghead, and they may have lost a champion of their own. It's been a little bit since we read, actually. I kind of a little bit fuzzy on it. But now we get into Chapter 8, The King of Ulster's Son. Now it chanced at that time that news of the great battle that was going on reached to the court of the King of Ulster. And no, Fox, I'm just trying to read. I just start and you come in and poke me in the face. Do you understand how disrespectful that is? How disrespectful that is? How dare you? How dare you, Fox? And hi, Fox. It's nice to see you. Hi. And the king's son, that was only 12 years of age, and that was the comeliest of all the young men of Ireland, said to his father, "Let me go help Finn, son of Cool and his men." "You are not old enough, or strong enough, boy. Your bones are too soft," said the king. And when the boy went on asking, his father shut him up in some closed place, and put 12 young men, his foster brothers, in charge of him. You know that's why I do it. I know it is. Hello, Toy Star. Thank you for the first time chat. Hi, Rua. Your model looks so good. Have a great stream. Thank you, thank you. That's so kind of you. There was great anger on the young lad then, and he said to his foster brothers, will I do this kind of voice for the... Because he's only like 12. He's only like 12 years of age, so he has kind of a... No, I should do like this. This is kind of like a... Like if I was ever to do like a Shoda Rua, this is what the kind of voice I would put on. So if I was ever to get like a young model of me. No, damn it, Pip, you poked me in the face as well. There was great anger on the young lad then, and he said to his foster brothers, "It is through courage and daring my father won a great name for himself in his young youth. And why does it keep me from winning a name for myself? And let you help me now, and I will be your friend forever." And he went on talking to them and persuading them, till he got round them all, and they agreed to go with him to join Finn and the Fianna. And when the king was asleep, they went into the house where the arms were kept, and every lad of them brought away with him a shield and a sword, and a helmet and 2 spears, and 2 greyhound whelps. And they went across Esrua in the north, and through Connacht of many tribes, and through Kalia on Kasana, the woods of defence, that were called the choice of every king and the true honour of every poet, and into Carriga, and so on to the White Strand. Woo, yeah. And when they came there, Dolar Durba was on the strand, boasting before the men of Ireland. Oh yeah, there was this guy, Oh, is he just reciting? Yeah, sorry, I was just reciting that from memory for a moment. My apologies, my apologies. I was just reciting from memory. Thank you for reminding me. And so Dolar Durba is one of the champions, the king of the world, and he's been slaughtering through the Fianna at the moment, boasting before the men of Ireland. And O'Sheen was rising up to go against him, for he said he would sooner die fighting with him than see the destruction he was doing every day on his people. And all the wise men and fighting men of Ireland, and poets and musicians of the Fianna, gave a great cry of sorrow when they heard O'Sheen saying that. And the King of Ulster's son went to Finn and stood before him and saluted. And Fionn asked who he was, and where did he come from. "I am the son of the King of Ulster, and I am come here myself and my 12 foster brothers to give you what help we can." "I give you welcome," said Fionn. Fionn is not against child soldiers. Coney 2012 was just a rip-off of Fionn 267, whatever year this was. Just then they heard the voice of Dolar Durba, very loud and boastful. "Who is that I hear?" "Who is that I hear?" said the king's son. "It is a man of the foreigners asking for 100 of my men to go meet him." Now then, when the 12 foster brothers heard that, they said no word, but went down to the strand, unknown to the king's son and to Fionn. "You are not a grown man," said Conan, "and neither yourself nor your comrades are fit to face any fighting man at all. I never saw the Fianna of Ireland till this day, but I know well that you are Conan Whale, that never says a good word of any man." He just called him a dour son of a bitch. Dude, this kid's quick as a whip. "But I know that you are Conan Whale, that never says a good word of any man. And you will see now, if I am in dread of that man on the strand, or of any man in the world. For I will go out against him by myself." But Fionn kept him back and was talking with him. But then Conan began again, and he said, "It is many men Dolar Durba has made an end of, and there are not a man of all those that could have killed 100 of the like of you every day." "Hello, Isabel. Hello, hello." It's pragmatic. It's like playing RimWorld. Yeah. When the king's son heard that, there was great anger upon him, and he leapt up, and just then Dular Durba gave a great shout on the strand. What is he giving that shout for? Said the king's son. What is he giving that shout for? Said the king's son. He is shouting for more men to come against him, said Conan, for he is just after killing your 12 comrades. That is a sorrowful story, said the king's son. And with that he took hold of his arms, and no one could hold or hinder him, and he rushed down to the strand where Dolar Dorba was, and all the armies of the strangers gave a great shout of laughter, for they thought all Fion's men had made an end of when he sent a young lad like that against their champion. And when the boy heard that, his courage grew then greater still, and he fell on Dolar Dorba and gave him many wounds before he knew he was attacked at all, and they fought a very hard fight together, till their shields and swords were broken in pieces, and then still did that not stop the battle, but they grappled together and fought and wrestled that way, till the tide went out over them, and drowned them both. And when the sea went over them, the armies on each side gave out a great sorrowful cry. And after the ebb tide on the morrow, the two bodies were found, cold and quiet, each one held fast by the other. But Dolar Dorba was beneath the king's son, so they knew it was the young lad who was the best, and who had got that victory. And they buried him and put a flagstone over his grave, and keened him there. Oh, dude, that was cool. I actually got goosebumps when it mentioned that the son of the king of Ulster was on top of the Dolar Dorba. That is actually a sick, really, really cool, like little image. Really cool. Chapter 9. The High King's Son. Then Fionn said he would send a challenge himself to Daer Don, the king of the high world. But Cuilta asked leave to do that day's fighting himself, and Fionn said he would agree to that if he could find enough men to go with him, and he himself gave him 100 men, and Oisin did the same, and so on with the rest. And he gave out his challenge, and there was the son of the king of the great plain that answered it. And while they were in the heat of the fight, a fleet of ships came into the harbour, and Fionn thought they came to help the foreigners. But Oisin looked at them, and said, "It is seldom your knowledge fails you, Fionn, but those are friends of our own. Fiacra, son of the king of the Fianna of the Bretons, and Duaban Dun, son of the king of Tuamumain, with his own people." Fianna of the Bretons? Huh. I did not know High Rock was connected to Ireland, but this makes complete sense. Clearly, the Bretons of High Rock have come to save us. But no, I'm assuming here they're talking about, Brittany, the Fianna of Daggerfall. Yeah. I assume that they're talking about Brittany, the Celts along the French, that like the little part of France that kind of sticks out into the sea at the corner. That's Brittany, and it's a place with its very own kind of very strong Celtic culture. You often see them on like pan-Celtic flags. But yeah, the Fianna of Daggerfall. I kind of like that idea, actually, that Bretons are like, Celtic. I don't think that's correct, but, I'm taking it. It's literally referenced right here. We are the Bretons. Well, part of the Bretons. The Breton Navy Band plays some badass Celtic marches. I think I've seen that once or twice. And Duaban Dun, son of the king of Tuamumain, with his own people. I believe Tua Mumain, Mumain being Munster. Tua, Tua would just be, so it might be the Ardri of Mumain then, because Tua just means like tribe or like place, sort of. Tua is like, if you had control over a Tua, you had control over like a village or like a tribe. But Tua Mumain then would be the tribe or something like that, similar to of Munster. So, damn, they're getting support. And when those were in the ships came on shore, they saw Quilta's banner going down before the son of the king of the great plain, and they all went hurrying on to his help, and between them they made an end of the king's son and of all his people. Who will keep watch tonight? Said Fionn then. We will, said the 9 Garves of the Fianna, of Slieve Miss, and Slieve Cua, and Slieve Clare, and Slieve Crot, and Slieve Miesha, and Slieve Fuad, and Slieve Ahamwir, and Dun Searburk, and Dun Daelgan. So there's 9 guys named Garv. And they were not long waiting till they saw the king of the men of Dragon coming towards them, and they fought a fierce battle. And at the end of the night there was left standing but 3 of the Garves, and the king of the men of Dragon. And there they fought till their wits were gone from them, and those 4 fell together, soul against soul and lip to lip. Again, Fionn and Yowie apparently. And the fight went on. No, it's like Dregen, like Dragon. Oh no, it is Dregan. Sorry, Dragon, not dragon. Oh no, it was the Nords. The Nords came on the side of the High King of the world. Oh shit! It's Ulfric Stormcloak. He won. He's gonna use the Thum. And the fight went on from day to day and from week to week, and there were great losses on both sides. And when Fergus of the Sweet Lips saw that many of the Fianna were fallen, he asked no leave but went to Tara of the Kings, where the High King of Ireland was, and he told him the way it was with Fionn and his people. That is good, said the High King, Fionn to be in that strait, but there is no labouring men dare touch a pig or a deer or salmon if he finds it dead before him on account of the Fianna. And there is no man but in the dread to go from one place to another without leave from Fionn, or to take a wife till he knows if she has a sweetheart among the Fianna of Ireland. And it is often Fionn has given bad judgments against us. And if it would be better for us the foreigners to gain the day than himself. Then Fergus shouted him apart. He shouted him apart, but it was his blade that killed him. Or so Ulfric claims. Excuse me. Excuse me. Where was I? Yes. Then Fergus went out to the lawn where the High King's son was playing at ball. It is no good help you are given to Ireland, said Fergus then, to be playing a game without lasting profit, and strangers taking away your country from you. And he was urging him and blaming him, and great shame came on the young man, and he threw away his hurl, and went through the people of Tara, and brought together all the young men, 1,020 of them, that were in it, and they asked no leave and no advice from the High King. But there they set out, and went on till they came to Fintraig. And Fergus went out to where Fionn was, and told him the son of the High King was come to him, and all the Fianna rose up before the young man, and bade him welcome. And Fionn said, Young man, we would sooner see you coming at a time when where there would be musicians and singers and poets, and high up women to make pleasure for you, than at the time we are in the straits of battle the way we are now. It is not for playing I have come, said the young man, but to give you any service in battle. I never brought a lad new to the work into the breast of battle, for it is often a lad coming like that finds his death, and I would not wish him to fall through me. I give my word, said the young man. I will do battle with them on my own account, if I may not do it on yours. Then Fergus of the Fair Lips went out to give challenge of battle, from the son of the High King of Ireland to the King of the World. Who will answer the King of Ireland's son for me? Said the King of the World. I will go against him, said Sligoch, King of the men of Caepta. And he went on shore, and his 3 red battalions with him. And the High King's son went against them, and his comrades near him. And they were saying to him, Take great heart into the fight now, for the Fianna will be no better pleased if it goes well with you than if it goes well with a foreigner. And when the High King's son heard that, he made a rush through the armies of the foreigners, and began killing and overthrowing them, till their chief men were all but made an end of. Then Sligoch, their king, came to meet him, very angry and destroying, and they struck at one another, and made a great fight. But at last the King of Ireland's son got the upper hand, and he killed the king of the men of Caepta, and struck off his head. Things are starting to turn. Hi, how are you? Hi, Romer. Hi, Romer. It's nice to see you. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm nice and relaxed, nice and cozy. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for yawning in your guys' ears. I may have some popcorn later today. That would be a nice little treat, wouldn't it? Some popcorn and a can of Coke. I had a burger today. It was a big juicy burger. It was kind of one of those like tall, like kind of smaller but thick burgers. Oh my god. Hello, Aeronaut. Welcome in. You got you a Switch too? Ooh, very nice. Very nice, Romer. Hello, Aeronaut. Oh my god. It's Ruadh. With clothes on even. So cool. Shatters. No. Wait, hang on. No, Billy, no. Where's Haru? Haru, I require you to clean up Billy. He has shattered into pieces again. Where's my maid? And thank you, Aeronaut, for the first time chat. Kinda concerning. Well, Billy, I'm gonna be posting some art later after stream. If you guys would like to see it, I would suggest following me on Twitter. If you haven't already. Hello, Spriganvo. Hello, Spriganvo. Very nice to meet you. You're scared to check it? It's not posted yet. But I will be posting it later, Billy, and I will have clothes on. Spriggan VO. Wait, you're a Spriggan voice actor? That's cool. Did you voice act the Spriggans in Skyrim, where they go like, they make like wood creaking noises? That's pretty cool. And then they shoot a bunch of like flies at me and kill me because they're OP. Yes, you are. Very cool. No. You go into the boot, you just snap a twig, and like the sound producer's like, hell yeah, good job. Excellent. But that's really cool. That's really cool that you're like a voice actor. I've 1 or 2 friends that are voice actors, but it's very nice to meet you, Spriggan. I hope you're having a nice day. We're just doing a little bit of not voice acting, we're doing a little bit of reading. But it does involve a little bit of snap a twig, gurgle a little, and leave. There's just a mound of, there's just like 50, there's just a mound of branches there, and it's like, a couple of takes, snaps some branches. It's fine. They'll figure it out. We're just doing a little bit of reading. Chapter 10. The King of Lochlan and his Sons. So this battle has been going on for a while now. It's been going on for weeks, months even. You've been lurking and loving it. Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I don't know if you came over from Ice Boy's stream. I suppose you probably did. Or maybe you just found me. But either way, cool. You did. Nice. Ice Boy is very cool. Haha, cool. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, we get it, Ruadh. We get it. And the fighting went on from day to day, and at last Fionn was said to Fergus of the Sweet Lips, "Go out, Fergus, and see how many of the Fianna are left to fight today." And Fergus counted them, and said, "There is 1 battalion only of the Fianna left, in good order, but there are some of the men of it. Are able to fight against 3, and some that are able to fight against 9, or 30, or 100. Okay, considering the fact that, as you guys can see on my neck, that, like, one of the Fianna's, codes was to stand against any odds up to 9 to 1, the fact that those guys are like, yeah, I can take on 30 or even 100. Those guys are magical. Those guys are definitely, crazy. "If that is so," said Fionn, "rise up and go to where the King of the World is, and bid him to come out to the great battle." So Fergus went out to the King of the World, and it is away he was, on his bed, listening to the music of harps and pipes. "King of the World," said Fergus, "it is long you are in that sleep, and that is no shame for you, for it will be your last sleep, and the whole of the Fianna are gone out to their place of battle, and let you go out and answer them." "In my opinion," said the High King of the World, "there is not a man of them able to fight against me. And how many are there left of the Fianna of Ireland?" "Many, 1 battalion only that is in good order," said Fergus. "And how many of the armies of the world are there left?" 30 battalions came with me to Ireland, and there are 20 of them fallen by the Fianna. And what is left of them is 10 red battalions in good order, and there are 8 good fighters of them, that would put down the men of the whole world, if they were against me. That is, myself, Conmail my son, Olgar Mock, the daughter of the King of Greece, that is the best hand in battle in the whole world after myself. Olgarmuk. I believe she's like she's meant to be like a Greek Amazonian warrior. That's where we're seeing this come in. Fiachta of the Teat, the chief of my household, and the king of Loch Lawn, Cashel Clumach of the Feathers, and his 3 sons, Teka, and Form of the Broad Shoulders, and Mongok of the Sea. "I swear by my oath of my people," said the king of Loch Lawn, "that if any man of the armies go out against the Fianna before myself and my 3 sons, we will not go out at all, for we would not get the satisfaction we are used to, unless our swords get their fill of blood." "I will go out against them alone," said Foam, the youngest. Oh, Foam with the broad shoulders. Sorry, I think I read that as Foam. Foam. Fome. Said Foam, son of the King of Loch Lawn. With that he put on his battle suit, and went among the Fianna of Ireland. And he destroyed those of their young men that were sent against him, and he made the strand narrow with their bodies. Hello, big Chumbusis. Welcome in, it's nice to see you. I might just very quickly plug in my phone, it's almost dying. Is that charging now? Let me see. It is. Excellent. We won't have any issues. Oh no, hang on. Everything's going wrong now. 2 seconds. There we go. We're back to normal. I might just have a quick sip because my voice is getting a little bit tired. You love this. You have a crush on Fionn McCool. Aw. Fionn is pretty cool. And this is a story about him and the Fianna battling against the King of the World. But currently the son of the King of Loch Lawn is destroying the Fianna, making the strand narrow with bodies. Fionn saw that, and it was torment to his heart, and dagger of death and loss of wits to him, and he was encouraging the men of Ireland against foam. Fergus of the True Lips stood up, and it is what he said. Fianna of Ireland, it is a pity the way you are under hardship, and you defending Ireland, and one man is taking her from you today. And you are like no other thing but a flock of little birds, looking for shelter in a bush from a hawk that is after them. And it is going into the shelter of Fionn and O'Sheen and Cuilta you are, and not one of you is better than another, but none of you sets his face against the foreigner. By my oath, said O'Sheen, all that is true, and no one of us tries to do better than another keeping him off. There is not one of you is better than another, said Fergus. And then O'Sheen gave a great shout against the King of Lochlan's son. Stop here with me, King's son, until I fight with you for the Fianna. I give my word, it is short the delay will be, said Foam. Then he himself and O'Sheen made an attack on one another, and dude, damn, that is a hard line, by the way. Can I just say that? It is short the delay will be. That dude's feeling confident. He is called the Broad Shoulders. Then he himself and O'Sheen made an attack on one another, and it seemed for a while that the battle was going against O'Sheen. By my word, said Fionn, then to Fergus of the True Lips. By my word, man of poetry, it is a pity the way you sent my son against the foreigner. Rise up now and praise him and hearten him. So Fergus went down to where the fight was and said, There is great shame on the Fianna, O'Sheen, seeing you so low in this fight. There is many a foot messenger and many a horseman from the daughters of the kings and princes of Ireland looking at you now. And great courage rose in O'Sheen then, and he drove his spear through the body of Foam, the king of Lochlan's son, and he himself came back to the Fianna of Ireland. Then the armies of the world gave out a great cry, keening Foam, and there was anger and not fear on his brothers. For they thought it was no right thing for him to have fallen by a man of the Fianna. And Tóca, the second son of the king of Lochlan, went on shore to avenge his brother, and he went straight into the middle of the Fianna, and gave his sword good feeding on their bodies, till they broke away from him, and made no stand, until Luig's son turned round against him, and those two fought a great fight, till their swords were bent and their spears crumbled away, and they lost their golden shields. And at last Luig's son made a stroke of his sword that cut through the foreigner's sword, and then he made another stroke that cut his heart in two halves, and he came back proud and high to the Fianna. You used to want to go to the Giant's Causeway and catch sight of him. You'd cry and get flustered if that happened. Aww. Aww. That's really cute. That's really cute. You should definitely go, though. There's a lot of cool stuff to see around Ulster. There's a lot of cool little things to see. And of course you could travel down and go visit Newgrange, the Neolithic tomb, passage tomb. Then the third son of the king of Lochlan, Mongach of the Sea, rose up, and all the armies rose up with him. Stop here, men of the world, for it is not you but myself that has to go on shore and ask satisfaction for the bodies of my brothers. So he went, and it is the way he was, a strong iron flail in his hands, having 7 balls of pure iron on it, and 50 iron chains, and 50 apples on every chain, and 50 deadly thorns on every apple. And he made a rush through the Fianna to break them up entirely, and to tear them into strings. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I am back. Kinda ruined the flow a little bit. Let's get back into it. 50 iron chains, and 50 apples on every chain, and 50 deadly thorns on every apple. And he made a rush through the Fianna, to break them up entirely, and to tear them into strings, and they gave way before him. And great shame came on Fedoc, son of the King of Bretons, and he said, "Come here and praise me, Fergus of the True Lips, till I go out and fight the foreigner." "It is easy to praise you, son," said Fergus, and he was praising him for a long time. He asked for positive affirmations in the middle of battle. He redeemed positive affirmations from Fergus' sweet lips. Smart. Gotta get that morale boost. Then the two looked at one another, and upon fierce and proud words. And then Moangach of the Sea raised his iron flail, and made a great blow at the King of the Breton's son. But he made a quick leap to one side, and gave a blow of his sword that cut off his 2 hands at the joint. And he did not stop at that, but made a great blow at his middle, that cut him in 2 halves. But as he fell, an apple of the flail with its deadly horns went into Feodoc's comely mouth and through his brain, and it was foot to foot those two fell, and lip to lip. And the next came to fight, and the next that came to fight on the strand was the King of Loch Lawn himself. Oh, rip Fedoc, son of the King of the Bretons. Sometimes you need it. Even a giant could use one. Dude. Moangach's flail OP mods. Devs, please fix the hit scan, the hit boxes on that weapon. OP. He killed me after he died. Not fair. And then came the next fight on the strand was the King of Loch Lawn himself, Cashel of the Feathers, and he came to battle, having his shield on his arm. And it was the way his shield was, that was made for him by the smith of the Fomorians. There were red flames coming from it, and if it was put under the sea itself, not one of the flames would stop blazing. And when they had that shield on his arm, no man could come near him. And there was never such destruction done on the men of Ireland as on that day, for the flames of fire that he sent from his shields went through the bodies of men, till they blazed up like a splinter of oak that was afire hanging through the length of a year, in the smoke of a chimney. And any one that would touch the man that was burning would catch fire himself, and every other that came into Ireland before was small besides this, and every other harm that came to Ireland. Then Fionn said, "Lift up your hands, Fianna of Ireland, and give 3 great shouts of blessing to whoever will hinder this foreigner." And the Fianna gave the 3 shouts, and the King of Loch Lawn gave a great laugh when he heard them. And Druam Durg, grandson of the head of the Fianna of Ulster, was near him, and he had with him a deadly spear, the Crow Durg, the red-socketed, that came down from one another of the sons of Ruadh, and he himself looked at the King of Loch Lawn, and he could see no part of him without armour, but his mouth that was wide open, and laughing at the Fianna. Then Druam Durg made a cast of the Crow Durg, that hit him in the open mouth, and so fell Cashel, and his shield fell along with its master, and at last its flames went out. And Druam Durg struck his head from the body, and made great boasts of the things that he had done. Chapter 11. Labran's Journey. Not LeBron. This isn't, no, we're not talking about LeBron's legacy here. It's Labron, Labran. LeBron just showed up for some reason. It is then yo, LeBron. Yo, he just dunked on the king of the world. Whoa. He postered the king of the world. It is that's so dumb. He just hit that fade away on the king of the Greeks. But no, Labron. It is then Fergus the True Lips sent out again. Can I just say, Fergus is like OP right now. Fergus is MVP I know the others are like killing the great champions, but dude, he is doing everything. He is keeping up morale so good. It is then Fergus of the True Lip set out again, and went through the lengths of Ireland till he came to the house of Tig, son of Nuada, that was grandfather to Fionn. Oh damn, this is a Tuatha Dé. And there was great grief on Muima, Fionn's mother, and Labron of the Long Hand, her brother, and on all her people, who they knew was great danger he was in. And Tig asked his wife, who did she think would escape with their lives from the great fighting at the White Strand? It is a pity the way they are there, said she, for if all the men were all the world were on one side, Daeradon, the king of the world, would put them all down, for there is no weapons in the world that will ever be reddened on him. And on the night he was born, the smith of the Fomorians made a shield and a sword, and it is in the prophecy that he will fall by no other arms but those. And it is to the king of the country of the fair men he gave them to keep. Oh, and it is to the king of the country of the fair men he gave them to keep, and it is with him they are now. If that is so, said Tig, you might be able to get help for Fionn, son of Cool, the only son of your daughter, and bid Labron Lawfada to go and ask those weapons of him. Do not be asking me, said she, to go against Daeradon that was brought up in my father's house. But after they had talked for a while, they went out on the lawn, and they sent Labron. I keep thinking Lebron, not Labron. They sent Labron, looking for the weapons in the shape of a great eagle. If you could meet your ancestors, would you ask them a million questions about him or the king? Your mother had told me they had lived in Ireland. If they had lived in Ireland, I assume maybe you're American, maybe? Many Americans do have Irish ancestry, and often that ancestry is Catholic ancestry. And typically, if it's Catholic, it means they're from the old stock of Ireland, and they can trace their ancestry back thousands of years. Well, they can't trace it back thousands, because we don't have that detailed of records, but you can assume Ireland's DNA is actually surprisingly very solidly Bell Beaker. I think it's R1B, I'm pretty sure. And it is relatively, even though we have had influxes of Normans, Vikings, etc. Yeah, and she's from the Philippines. Okay, I don't know if she'd be from Ireland then. Mom Sequitur, do you watch B-Ball, Ruadh? I watch a little bit. I usually just watch the Nuggets. I just like Jokic. I like Jokic. I think he's really fun to watch. I was quite sad that he lost against the what's their name again? I forget their names. He lost in the playoffs. I would like to see him go for a second chip. But I kind of only got into it because I watched like basketball videos for a bit, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of a cool sport to watch. It's fun. Do you think it's more or less your great grandparents that traveled to Ireland? Ah, very cool, very cool. Where are we? Here. And he went on from sea to sea till at noon on the morrow he came to the dune of the king of the country of the fair men, and he went in his own shape to the dune, and saluted the king, and the king bade him welcome, and asked him to stop for a while. There's a thing I want more than that, said Labran. You know what, that's how I'm going to say it. I'm going to say Labran. Labran Lam La Fada. For the wife of a champion of the Fianna has given me her love, and I cannot get her without fighting for her. And it is the loan of that sword and that shield you have in your keeping I am asking now. There were 7 rooms now. In the king's house that opened into one another, and the first door was 1 lock, and on the second 2 locks, and so on to the door to the last room that had 7 locks. And it was in that room the sword and the shield that were made by the smith of the Fomorians were kept. And they were brought out, and they were given to Labran, and stalks of luck were put with them, and they were bound together with shield straps. Then Labran of the Long Hand went back again across the seas, and reached his father's dune between the crowing of the cock and the full light's day, and the weakness of death came on him. "It is a good message. It is a good message you are after doing, my son," said Tig, "and no one ever went that far in so short a time as yourself. It is little profit that is to me, for I am not able to bring them to Fionn in time for the fight tomorrow." But just at that time, one of Tig's people saw the son of Abin, that was as quick as the wind over a plain till the middle of every day, and after that there was no man quicker than he was. Well, Quilta was probably quicker. I just want to say, Quilta was probably faster than him. You are come at a good time," said Tig, and with that he gave him the sword and the shield to bring to Fionn for the battle. So Ide, son of Aveen, went with the swiftness of a hare or of a fawn or swallow, till the rising of the day on the morrow he came to the White Strand. And just at that time, Fergus of the True Lips was rousing the Fianna for the great fight, and it's what he said: "Fianna of Ireland, if there was a length of 7 days and 1 day, you would have work to till it now, for there never was and there never will be done in Ireland a day's work like the work of today." Then the Fianna of Ireland rose up, and they saw Ide, son of Aveen, coming towards them with his quick running, and Fionn asked news of him. "It is from the dune of Tig, son of Ruadh, I am come, and it is to yourself I am sent, to ask how it is you did not redden your weapons yet upon the King of the World." "I swear by the oath of my people," said Fionn, "if I do not redden my weapons on him, I will crush his body within his armour." "I have here for you, King of the Fianna," said Ide, then, "the deadly weapons that will bring him to his death, and it was Labran of the Long Hand got them for you through his druid arts." He put them in Fionn's hand, and Fionn took the coverings off them, and there rose from them flashes of fire and deadly bubbles. Not one of the Fianna could stay looking at them, but it put great courage in the Fianna, that they knew they were with Fionn. "Rise up now," said Fionn to Fergus of the True Lips, "and go where the King of the World is, and bid him come out to the place of the great fight." Oh, dude, it's time for the finale season. Is it? Excuse me, I'm sorry. I kind of just cleared my throat. I thought I muted the mic. Hello, Mochi. Hi, you're back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. Chapter 12: The Great Fight. You're just gonna say Tiskuri? Then the King of the World came to the strand, and all his armies with him, and all that were left of the Fianna went out against them, and they were like thick woods meeting one another, and they made great strokes, and they were great swords crashing against bones, even though it was not a pleasant sound. I'm sorry, Mike. What happened was I hit minus rather than star symbol. I forget what the name of that symbol. Apostrophe? No, that's not an apostrophe. What's the star symbol called again? I'm drawing a blank. Hello, Dee. How's my asterisk? That's it. Hi, Dee. Oh yeah, because there's an asterisk against something. Yeah. Hi, Dee. How's my favorite angel girl doing? It's nice to see you. You guys should go check out Dee. Dee. She does wonderful streams. No, fuck off, Discord. Oh my god. Now if I do the @ symbol, Discord pops up on OBS and is like, "Hey, do you want to use Discord?" Like, no, go away. D, you just made it in time. You just made it in time for the great fight. Of the rest of the Fianna and Fionn versus the king of the world. You ready to fight? Sure, on our side, right? I assume you're on our side. Then the king of the world came to the strand, and all his armies were with him, and all that were left of the Fianna went out against them, and they were like thick woods meeting one another, and they made great strokes, and their swords clashing against bones, and the bodies that were hacked and eyes blinded, and many a mother left out without her son, and many a comely wife without her comrade. Then the creatures of the high air answered to the battle, foretelling the destruction that would be done that day, and the sea chattered at the loss, and the waves grew heavy shouts, keening all those, and the water beasts roared to one another, and the rough hills creaked with the danger of the battle, and the woods trembled, mourning the heroes, and the grey stones cried out at their deeds, and the wind sobbed, telling them, and the earth shook, foretelling the slaughter, and the cries of the grey armies put a blue cloak over the sun, and the clouds were dark, the hounds and whelps, the crows, and the witches of the valley, and the powers of the air and the wolves of the forest howled from every quarter, and on every side of the armies, urging them against one another. It was then Conan, son of Moma, brought to mind that himself and his kindred had done great harm to the sons of Beaskina, and he had wished to do some good thing for them on account of that, and he raised up his sword and did great deeds. Hello, King of Bagels. Welcome, welcome. It's nice to see you. And Fionn was all over the battle, encouraging the Fianna, and the king of the world was on the other side, encouraging the foreigners. Rise up now, Fergus, said Fionn, and praise Conan for me, that his courage may be greater, for it is good work he is doing on my enemies. So Fergus went where Conan was, and at that time he was heated with the dust of the fight, and he was gone outside to let the wind go about him. It is well you remember the old quarrel between the sons of Mona and the sons of Beaskina, Conan, said Fergus, and you would be ready to go to your own death if it would bring harm to the sons of the Beaskina. For the love of your good name, man of poetry, do not be speaking against me without cause, and I will do good work on the foreigners when I get to the battle again. By my word, said Fergus, that would be a good thing for you to do. He sang a verse of praise for him then, and Conan went back into the battle, and his deeds were not worse this time than they were before, and Fergus went back to where Fionn was. It's your cat's B-day today? Oh, happy birthday to your cat. Happy birthday to your cat. Apologies, my voice is getting a little bit hoarse. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Happy birthday to your cat, Bagels. Hang on, let me click this button. There we go. Where are we? Oh yeah, here we are. Who is best in battle now? Said Fionn. Dubin, son of Cass, a champion of your own people, said Fergus, for he never gives but the one stroke to any man, and no man escapes with his life from that stroke, and 3 times 9 and 80 men have fallen by him. Damn, this guy's cutting through people. Have fallen by him up to this time. And Dubin Dunn, the great-grandson of the king of Tua Muvain, was there listening to him, and as what he said, By my oath, Fergus, all you are saying is true. What's 3 times 9? No, it's not 3 times 9. It's what did it say? It said 3 times 9 and 80 men have fallen by him. So it's 89 men times 3 that he's killed, which would be 90, 270, 27, so that would be 267. He's killed 267 men. God damn. By my oath, Fergus, all you are saying is true, for there is not a son of a king or a lord is better than in battle than Dubin, son of Cass. And I will go now to my own, and I will go to my own death if I do not go beyond him. By the nines, there's a psychopath on the use. To be a fly on the wall for this fight and whatever the fuck was going on in Asian groups. With that, he went rushing through the battle like flames over a high hill that is thick with firs. 9 times he made a round of the battle, and killed 9 times 9 in every round. Damn, Dubin Don, going crazy. What's that then? That's... Whoa, hold up a second, 9 times he made a round of the battle, and killed 9 times 9 every... That's 81 times 9? What the fuck? Dude, he just did 9 cubed. 729 he killed. Good lord. Want to hear a poem you wrote? I don't mind, you can post it, but I'm currently reading, so I may not get to it. Ruadh, that reminds me, do you have the Morrowind mod that just denies service if you're a beast folk? No, I don't. I don't have that mod, but that sounds kind of funny. I want the mod that gives me AI version of Dagot Ur, so he can insult me when he sees that I'm an Argonian. Or he can insult me when he sees I'm a Khajiit. And tell me to take my clown feet and wander on out of here. That's a big number. It is a big number. We love the big numbers. Where are we? Hello, you came from Regulus's D&D stream. Hello, Wasabi. Wasabi May Opopopo. Welcome in. It's a pleasure to meet you. That's really cool. I'm glad you've been enjoying Regulus's D&D stream. It's really fun. It's so fun to do D&D. I go all week being like, I want to play D&D. I want to play D&D, and then finally I get to play D&D, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy. We're just doing a little bit of reading. I'll try and finish the story soon. We still have a bit to go. How long do we have? We have another 5-ish pages. Is that right? No, we have about 6 pages. D&D is fun and chaotic. That it is. Is it the next page? Yeah, that is the next page. I hate when I think that there's 2 pages. Like, for some reason, the page feels thicker than normal. And I'm pushing the page between my fingers, being like, come on, open up. And then I realize it's just a normal page. You need to play D&D. You want to be a princess and seduce gods. That's difficult. You probably have to play in a group that allows you to do that, big chumbus. It's usually not like that, especially if you're like a level 1. But I'm sure you can find D&D groups that just want to do power fantasies. How dare you guys have an early session? You missed it. I'm sorry. We actually, usually we start... The only reason we've been starting so early in other streams, or so late in other streams, is because people are, busy. So we've had to put stuff off. But I still added everyone. Anyway, back to the story. We didn't do an early stream, really. It was at 9 o'clock my time, which is, the normal time I stream. It was, 9:15. Who is the best in battle now? Said Fionn. It is Dubin Don that is after going from us, said Fergus. For there he has no one ahead of him since he was in his 7th year, and there is no one ahead of him now. Rise up and praise him, that his courage may be greater, said Fionn. It is right to praise him, said Fergus, and the foreigners running before him on every side, as they would run from a heavy drenching of the sea. So Fergus praised him a while, and went back then to Fionn. Who is best in battle now? Is Fionn McCool the leader of the Fianna, or is he a child asking when they're gonna get there? Who's the best in battle now, Fergus? Who's the best in battle now? And Fergus is like, you ask me one more time, I'm gonna turn this battle around. It is Oscar is best as now, and he is fighting alone against 200 Franks and 200 of the men of Garyon, and the king of the men of Garyon himself, and all of these are beating at his shield, and not one of them has given him a wound, but he gave a wound back for it. What way is Cuilta, son of Ronan? Oh, what way is my father? Said Fionn. He is in no great strait after the red slaughter he has made. Go to him then, and bid him to keep off a share of the foreigners from Oscar. So Fergus went to him. Cuilta, he said, it is great danger your friend Oscar is in, for he is under blows from the foreigners, and let you rise up and give him some help now. Cuilta went then to the place where Oscar was, and gave him a straight blow of his sword at the man that was nearest him, and made 2 halves of him. Oscar raised his head then and looked at him. It is likely, Cuilta, said Oscar. You did not dare redden your sword on anyone till you struck down a man that was before my sword, and it is a shame for you. All the men of the great world and the Fianna of Ireland to be in one battle, and you not be able to make out a fight for yourself without coming to take a share of my share of the battle. And I give you my oath, I would be glad to see you put down in your own bed of blood on account of that thing. Oh my god. Cuilta's mind changed then when he heard that, and he turned again to the army of the foreigners with the redness of anger on his white face, and 80 fighting men fell in that rout. What way is the battle now? Said Fionn. It is a pity, said Fergus. There never came and there never will come anyone that can tell the way it is now. For by my word, the treetops of the thickest forest in the world, on the whole of the western world, are not closer together than the armies are now. For the bosses of their shield are in one another's hands, and there is fire coming from the edges of their swords, and blood is raining down like a shower on a day of harvest, and there were never so many leaves torn by the wind from a great forest, as there are flocks of long golden hair, of black curled hair, cut off by sharp weapons, blowing into the clouds of this time. And there is no person could tell one man from another now, unless it is by their own voices. With that he went into the very middle of the fight, to praise and hearten the men of the Fianna. Your crushes of gods is unbearable. If you want to do a god D&D thing, you'd be down to join. You can crush yourself some gods. Crush on some gods. You're DMing. Ooh, Wasabi's DMing a campaign where you ask your players to come to do an MBTI questionnaire and gave them blessings of the Lord of the Rings valors. Oh, that's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool way to do like I assume these blessings are sort of like some kind of feat, that they're effectively a feat. But I think that's a really cool way to do a feat, to do like a free feat. Dude, some of the descriptions in this are fantastic, can I say, by the way. Who is first in battle now? Said Fionn, and when he came back, by my oath, when Fergus came back to him, by my oath, it is no friend of your own is in first, for it is Daer Don, the king of the world, and it is for you he is marching through the battle, and 3 times 50 of his own men are with him, for 2 of the men of your Fianna fell on them. Carol of the battle striker, and Aelchin of Curlchan, and made an end of them. But they were not able to wound the king of the world, but the 2 of them fell together by him. Then the king of the world came towards Fionn, and there was no one near him but Arkelach of the Black Axe, and the first that ever brought a wide axe into Ireland. I give my word, said Arkelach, I would never let Fionn go before me and first into any battle. He rose up then and made a terrible great blow of his axe at the king, that went through his royal crown to the hair of his head. But yet that did not seem to take a drop of blood out of him, for the edge of the axe turned, and there went balls of fire over the plains from their blow. And the king of the world struck back at Arkelach, and it made two halves of him. Then Fionn and the king of the world turned on one another, and when the king saw the sword and shield in Fionn's hand, he knew those were the weapons that were to bring him to his death. And great dread came upon him, and his comeliness left him, and his fingers were shaking, and his feet unsteady, and the sight of his eyes weakened. And then the two fought a great fight, striking at one another like 2 days of judgment for the possession of the world. But the king, that had never met with a wound before, began to be greatly weakened in the fight, and Fionn gave great strokes that broke his shield and his sword, and that cut off his left foot, and at last struck off his head. But if he did, he himself fell into a faint of weakness with the dint of the wounds he had received. Then Fiachta of the Teat, the first man of the household of the king of the world, took hold of the royal crown of the king, and brought it where Conwail his son was, and put it on his head. That this may bring you success in many battles, my son, he said, and he gave his father's weapons along with it. And the young man went through the battle looking for Fionn, and 350 of the men of the Fianna fell by him. Then Golgarv the Rough, son of the king of Alban, saw him, and attacked him, and they fought a hard fight. But the king of Alban's son gave him a blow under the shelter of the shield, in his left side, and that made an end of him. Oh, hello, Shroomy. It's nice to see you. How you doing? It's nice to see you. Oh, wound. Are you like, oh, word, but you're saying the word wound instead? Thank you. Thank you, Nora, for the head pat. This is very sweet of you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Where were we? We were... You are here. Hi. Hi here. Nora was just here, but I guess she left. No, when you came in, you said never encountered a wound before. And you thought it was womb? He has a son, Shroomy. He has a son. He must have encountered one before, surely. Although with legend, with like mythology, you never know. People can just appear. Eh? My eyes are glowing. Thank you so much, Big Chumbusis, for the follow. Where are we? By the way, Resident Evil 9 has been announced, February 27, 2026. I've not played any of the Resident Evil games. All I know is that there is a guy, I think his name is Ethan. Was he the guy who was like one of the main characters? And he's like a very good dad, and he cannot die. They announced it a few minutes ago. Oh, big excitement. Was it Ethan? I can't remember. Fiacnachta, Fionachta of the Teat saw that, and he made another rush at the royal crown, and brought it where Orgarmach was, the daughter of the king of Greece. By the way, Orgarmach is like a Amazonian woman. She's like one of I think the king of the world said that she was second in battle only to him. Well, he died of Fionn, so. Put on that crown, Orgarmach, as it is in the prophecy of the world. As it is in the prophecy, the world will be owned by a woman, and it will never be owned by any woman higher than yourself. She then went to look for Fionn in the battle, and Fergus of the True Lips saw her, and he went to where Fionn was. O King of the Fianna, bring to mind the good fight you made against the King of the world, and all your victories before that, for it is in great danger is coming to you now, and that is Orgarmach, daughter of the King of the Greece. Wifey, wifey, wifey. Imagine the warrior sons and Amazonian children she can give you. Well, give me, because she's becoming my wife. With that, the woman fighter came towards him. "O Fionn," she said, "it is with little satisfaction you are to me, for all the kings and lords that have fallen by you and your people. But for all that, there is nothing better for me to get than your own self and whatever is left of your people." "You will not get that," said Fionn, "for I will lay your head in its own bed of blood, the same as I did to every other one." Then those two attacked one another, like as if there had risen to smother one another the flood wave of Cleadna, and the seeking wave of Tuig, and the big brave wave of Ruadh. And though the woman warrior fought for a long time, a blow from Fionn reached her at last, and cut through the royal crown, and with a second blow he struck off her head. And then he fell himself in his bed of blood, and it was the same as dead, but that he rose again. You would happily be her little raccoon shroom. I'm sorry, Shroomy, she died, I'm sorry. She would give Snoo, she would give Snoo. But what if turned tables, and you give her Snoo? Huh? You don't think about that one. Gotta think about that. No, I'm sorry, you don't get to be her little raccoon shroom. Your wife, you just met her. Oh no, you're officially a widow. I'm sorry, Shroomy. And the armies of the world and the Fianna were fallen side by side there, and there were none left to stand but Quail, son of Crim of the harbours, and the chief men of the household of the King of the world, Fianachta of the Teat. And Fianachta went among the dead bodies and lifted up the body of the King of the world, and brought it with him to his ship. And he said, "Fianna of Ireland, although it is bad this battle was for the armies of the world, it was worse for yourself. And I am going back, then, to tell that in the east of the world." Fionn heard him saying that, and he lying on the ground in his blood, and the best men of the sons of Baescan around him, and he said, "It is a pity I have not found death before I heard a foreigner saying those words, and nothing myself have done, or the Fianna of Ireland is worth anything, since there is left a man of the foreigners alive, to go back into the great world again to tell that story. And is there any one left living near me?" "I am," said Fergus of the True Lips. "For by my word, since the armies met together today, no man of the foreigners, or of man of the Ireland took a step backwards from one another, till they all fell foot to foot and soul to soul, and there is not as much a blade of grass or a grain of sand to be seen, with the bodies of fighting men that are stretched on them. And there is no man of the two armies that is as stretched in that bed of blood, but only the chief men of the household of the King of the world, and your own foster son, Quail, son of Crihan of the harbours." "Rise up and go to him," said Fionn. So Fergus went to where Quail was, and asked him what way he was. "It is a pity I am," said Quail, "for I swear by my sword that if my helmet and my armour were taken from me, there is no part of my body but would fall from the other, and by my oath, it is worse to me to see that man beyond going away alive than I myself be the way I am. And I leave my blessings to you, Fergus. Take me on your back to the sea till I swim after the foreigner, and it is glad I would be the foreigner to fall by me before my life goes out from my body." Fionn lifted him then, and brought him to the sea, and put him swimming after the foreigner. And Fionnuachta waited for him to reach the ship, for he thought he was one of his own people. And Cale raised himself up then, when he came beside the ship, and Fiachta stretched out his hand to him. And Quail took hold at it of the wrist, and clasped his fingers around it, and gave a very strong pull, and brought him over the side. And then their hands shot across one another's bodies, and they went down to the sand and the gravel of the clear sea. Chapter 13. Creedha's Lament. Then there came the women and the musicians and the singers and the physicians of the Fianna of Ireland, to search out the kings and the princes of the Fianna, and to bury them. And every one that might be healed was brought to a place of healing. And Creedha, wife of Cale, came with the others, and went looking through the bodies for her comely comrade, and crying as she went. And as she was searching, she saw a crane of the meadows and her two nestlings, and the cunning beast, the fox, watching the nestlings. And when the crane covered one of the birds to save it, he would make a rush at the other bird, the way she had to stretch herself out over the two birds, and she would sooner have got her own death by the fox than her nestlings than be killed by him. And Creedha was looking at that, and said, "It is no wonder I have such for love for my comely sweetheart, and the bird in that distress about her nestlings." And then she heard a stag in Druam Ruglin, above the harbour, that was making great lamentations for his hind from place to place, for they had been 9 years together, and had lived in the woods at the foot of the harbour. Figless, and Fionn had killed the hind, and the stag was 19 days without tasting grass or water, lamenting after the hind. "It is no shame for me," said Creedha, "I to die for Greece after Cale, since that stag is shortening his life, sorrowing after his hind." And at that time the waves had put Quail back on the strand, and the women and the men of the Fianna that were looking for him raised him up, and brought him south of the White Strand. Or to the south of the White Strand. My husband and I are soulmates. He died at 20, and I'm turning 19 this year. He also died at 1:30. Oh, you got your husband? Oh, you were talking about Cale. I'm sorry. And Creedha came to where he was, and she keened him and cried over him, and made this complaint. "The harbour roars, oh, the harbour roars, over the rushing race of the headland of the two storms, the drowning of the hero of the lakes of the two dogs. That is what the waves are keening on the strand. Sweet-voiced is the crane, oh, sweet-voiced is the crane in the marshes of the ridge of the two strong men. It is she cannot save her nestlings. The wild dog of two colours is taking her little ones. Pitiful the cry the thrush is making in the pleasant ridge. Sorrowful is the cry of the blackbird in Letter Leg. Sorrowful the call of the deer in the ridge of two lights. The doe is lying dead in Druam Selin. The mighty stag cries after her. Sorrowful to me, Oh, sorrowful to me the death of the hero that lay beside me, the son of the woman of the wood of the two thickets, to be with bunch of grass under his head. Sore to me, oh, sore to me, Cale, to be a dead man beside me. The waves that have gone over his white body, it is his pleasantness that has put my wits astray. A woeful shout, a woeful shout the waves are making on the strand. They that took hold of comely Cale, a pity he is, he went to meet them. A woeful crash the waves are making on the strand of the Nort, breaking against the smooth rock, crying after Cale now that he is gone. A sorrowful flight the sea is making with the strand of the Nort. My beauty is lessened, the end of my life is measured. A song of grief is made by the waves of Tulka Lesh. All I had is gone since this story came to me. Since the son of Kryn is drowned, I will love no one after him forever. Many a king fell by his hand. His shield never cried out in battle. After she had made her complaint, Creda laid herself down beside Cale, and died for grief after him. And they were put in the one grave, and it was Quilta moved the stone over them. And after the great battle of the White Strand, that lasted a year and a day, there were many a sword and shield left broken, and many a dead body lay on the ground, and many a fighting man left with a foolish smile on his face. And the great name that was on the armies of the world went from them to the Fianna of Ireland, and they took the ships and the gold and the silver, and all the spoils of the armies of the world. And from that time Fianna had charge of the whole of Ireland, to keep it from the Fomorians and from any that might come against it. And they never lost power from that time until the time of their last battle, the sorrowful battle of Gavra. And so ends the battle of Cath Fiann Trua. That was a really cool story. That was a really, really cool story. I really enjoyed that, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. My voice definitely needs a little bit of a rest, but I'm glad I was able to finish it. I don't know what happened to, well, maybe I do back then, lore-wise, but I don't know, maybe it was just some crazy story that they concocted, but there must have been, maybe there was some great invasion, that all the men of Ireland, like all of Ireland, joined to fight off at some point, and this is kind of the breakdown of that story over the years. The great king of the world. There were some really cool scenes in that. Really nice stuff. But I think it may be time for me to raid off somewhere, because I am getting a little bit tired. I'm getting a little bit eepy, and my voice is getting a little bit stressed. So I think it would be good for me to rest it. Oh, I'm sorry, Pip. I'm sorry. But at least we finished the story. But yeah, I can definitely feel my throat getting a little bit tired. That's the thing. I can talk for ages, but reading has a weirder thing. I think it's because one, I'm doing like voices and stuff, but like I'm reading in a very particular way, I guess. Like when you're reading, you're trying to be clear and enunciating and putting on a slight reading voice to make sure it's like that, and that just seems to kind of tire out my voice. Stay for like 3 hours? I cannot stay for another 3 hours. I'm getting hungry. I want some popcorn and some Coca-Cola. Yippee. Please, please. I'll stay for a little bit longer. But not too much longer. But I need stuff to talk about. I don't know what to talk about now. My brain is tired. Oh no. I guess I may stream tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. But I probably will stream Sunday. I might do an ASMR stream. If I do stream tomorrow, I might do like a gaming stream. I might do like a short gaming stream of like, I don't know, maybe Binding of Isaac or something. Maybe we go back to trying to do the lost runs, which are always fun. Ooh, I wish we had D&D. We didn't get the double dip this week, and there will be no D&D next week, which sucks, dude. It's so annoying. But at the same time, it might prolong our lives a little bit, because in our D&D session, we're fighting a dragon next. We're fighting a dragon soon. And we are not very. Is everyone busy? I think 2 people are busy, so we can't stream it if there's going to be 2 people missing. Can you eat the dragon? If we win, you can try and eat the dragon. We can cook up some dragon steaks. Is it weird that your husband had a husband in his life? I think that's like the dream of every Fujo. But yeah, we're gonna be facing a dragon, and that's a little bit scary. I'm genuinely very worried that we may die, but we do have a little bit of a plan. We have a little bit of a plan to face against it, and hopefully it would go well. But who knows? Who knows how it will go? You bet the dragon is hot? No, Mike, it's a dragon. It's not going to be hot. It's a green dragon. You got this, Ruadh. We'll be fine. It's a freaking dragon, you weirdo. Hello, Anna. It's nice to see you. Hi there. Hi. I'm sorry. The reading is over, but now we're just kind of chatting afterwards. Don't shame me. I never shamed you, Pip. No, not the sad frog. Shame? Oh my god, Pip is brutal. Hi Anna, how are you? Germa punch, get her ass, Mike. Fight back against her. I'm too innocent to shame, but he can assault. He might get arrested, but you know what? It's worth it. It's okay, you have your own book with you. Nice. I hope you're enjoying your book. Ro, whose side are you on? I'm on no one's side. I'm like taking bets on who wins. I'm taking bets on who wins. Sorry, Pip. Bonks you? No, don't bonk me. I should get like a little bonk. I think there is something on. I'm pretty sure there's probably something on items. Change background. No, I don't want to change background. No, don't poke me. Stop, Nora. Get out of here. Squishes your cheeks. If I could get a squish redeem thing, I totally would. You should get a bonk redeem so you can bonk me. You guys are so mean. You're so mean. Is there a bonk thing? I assume I could talk to Q and ask him where he gets his bonk gif. Because I don't know if it's in here. Oh, wait. If I put it here, does it work? Oh, look at that. I have to... So look, if I do something... If I did something like this... That's kind of cute. Yeah. Dunk. That's probably not too hard to do. I could probably figure out how to do that later. Into the bin you go. That could be a fun little redeem. I can make it kind of cheap. I can make it like 50 points, so you can kind of like spam it. No, you know, I'll make it like 25 points, so you can spam it a little bit. Yeah. I do like when people have like, you know, one cost redeems that you can spam, and it's like it just helps because sometimes you have uneven. How about 1? I do think Q has it at 1, but I'd be worried that like it would just be constant spam, and like I'd be like, okay, stop it, and you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and keep doing it, and then I get brain damage. Then I get brain damage from it. That's how I imagine it goes down. That's the point. You want to give me brain damage? Pip, you're so mean. Why are you so mean, Pip? I've never been anything but nice to you, and you're talking about giving me brain damage. What's with you? Why are you so mean? So mean to me. I'll give brain damage. No. But Pip, if you give me... You're mean to me all the time. I am never mean to you. Ever. Ever am I mean to you. And if you give me brain damage, I can't give kisses anymore. I won't be able to give kisses anymore, and it seems you really want that. So, you'll have to decide between which two are better. Oh, my nose is a little bit stuffy. What's this? Sorry. Let me check something real quick. Oh, okay. You need to bonk something after getting distracted. Bonk. If you have a cat, give him a little tap on the head. I like doing that with animals. I like just give them a little tap, and then they kind of get like confused because they expect a rub, and you just give them a little tap, and they just do their little. They do it like a little. Huh? They drop their head a little bit, like, huh? Look at you. Like, is that it? Is that all you're giving? Give more. And then you give more head pats and they're all happy. Who is live, though? Who is live to raid into for some ASMR? Now, that person has big number. That's scary. That person has big number. Just Rayla, maybe? What's she doing? You're a bully sometimes, but you're just feeling evil today. Yeah, no, I can see. You have a warpath today, for some reason. You're on a warpath. Ooh, you know what? We'll raid into just Raylia. She's a very pretty model. I like the like necklace thing. Oh, it's like shiny. The necklace thing across her dress, and the necklace on the collar. It's very cute. You love arson? Can you not? Please don't commit arson in the forests. That's not good, Pip. That's not good. Forests are like really important. Please don't burn them down. Okay. I am getting a little bit tired though. I am getting a little bit tired, so I will send you guys off to just Rayla. She's doing some really nice sounds, actually. So I hope you guys... Thank you guys so much for joining. It's always a pleasure. Hope you guys enjoyed the story and kind of the conclusion of the Battle of the White Strand. There are some more stories. I'll take a quick glance through them and see if there's any good ones. But yeah, we're like a good bit past the halfway point now of the book. You got your next art idea? Oh no. We will do, I guess we can just do like Ruadh raid, you know? Just like Ruadh raid. That's fine. You guys don't even have to say anything if you want to. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Gurav Mila Mahagat and Slán Gafol, and I will talk to you guys next stream. Bye bye. Wait, hang on. No, wink properly. Stop doing the blink. Okay, that's good enough. Bye guys. Bye bye.